My child will only eat chicken nuggets. How do I expand their diet without meltdowns?
Yeah. First, the parent has to be eating a varied diet. So children don't listen to what we say, but they copy everything we do. Number two, eating is the last thing that we do when we have a meal. So for us adults, we're thinking about the food. We go to the grocery store, we date the food. Is this the red pepper? Is that the correct yellow pepper? You think about it, you bring him home, you feel it, you touch it, you bring it home, you're thinking, you're adding some onions, now you're pairing it, you're accessorizing it, and then there's a smell, the cut, the touch, the feel, and then the last thing you do is you sit and you eat it. For children, that's the only experience they have is they come to the table and they get to eat it. How about we get the children involved in the rest of the story? Maybe you bring them to the grocery store. Guys, I have 3 kids. They were so annoying. So I'm not saying that I don't understand. You kidding me? 3 small kids at the grocery store? Horrible. But it was a long play. You know, it wasn't every time, but at least once a week. So then like touch the yellow pepper, grab the scallions, whatever. Have them in the kitchen with you, washing the broccoli, washing the scallions. Maybe you break the broccoli and they chuck it in the bowl and they mix it with their hands in olive oil after they wash their hands. Have them become part of the process.
They love it.
Once a week. So let's not make it too stressful. Where the kids, they're proud, they're accomplished, and they're more likely to eat foods when they prepare them than when they're just served.
Yeah.
Great.
I had my kids audit the fridge, and I just let me and mom know when we are out of any of the colors of the rainbow. And then it was on them to come with us occasionally, like you said, not overly burdening them with the responsibility, hey, go shop. But when they would come with us, you know, hey, you reminded us we're out of purple. Go find some purple.
Great.
You know, so they loved that stuff.
Great.
Here's one from YouTube. Are all natural, sunscreens, we haven't talked about that. All natural sunscreens safer, or are they just more expensive? Yeah, what's the difference there? And should we even be using sunscreen at all, or how often?
Okay. So I got to tell you, I got skin cancer. I got diagnosed with skin cancer a couple months ago. It's squamous cell carcinoma because in my youth, I never used sunscreen, ever. I actually used oil because I tan really well. I'm really good looking tan. And so, so I do believe we need some sunscreen. Yeah. I do think that if you're outside for 20 minutes, you don't need sunscreen for 20 minutes. Right. But when you're at the beach, you're playing tennis for 5 hours, high noon in the middle of the day, I do think that you need some sunscreen. I do prefer the natural sunscreens. I do want to give the industry kudos because I go to the stores all the time, buy this, not that, and they have removed the top 2 carcinogenic ingredients from most. I have not been able to find them recently in any of the stores, so that's good. So they become become cleaner, if you will. But again, if you have a clean sunscreen that has the mineral sunscreen, do they have fragrances in them? And what are the ingredients do they contain? So not necessarily always. You still have to be your due diligence. This is where the Think Dirty app and EWG app come in really handy.
Yeah. Just go EWG.
EWG.
Check the chart.
EWG, less than 5, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Awesome.
5 for 5.
5 for 5.
Facebook, and how much screen time can my 6-year-old handle before it affects sleep and focus?
Oh, well, each human is individual. I don't have a good reason, but I will tell you that the average American child consumes about 7 to 8 hours of screen time per day, and they only spend at most 7 minutes outdoors. So each child is very individual. In my own family, my youngest one could consume, let's say, an hour and a half and be fine. And then my middle one would consume an hour and he would lose his mind for 48 hours. So each child is very different. How do you know is when you tell them to turn screens off, it's a 45-minute battle. If it's a 45-minute battle, your child is addicted and that needs to be knocked off. So that's how I go by kid. On the average, if you can keep it for a 6-year-old, less than 2 hours per day, and 2 hours before bedtime, because if we do it right before bedtime, it's going to affect melatonin production, which then prevents them from falling asleep and or contributes to night terrors.